Andy thought that when someone was abducted, a spaceship came down from the sky and took him away. That's what Andy believed until his brother was abducted. The day they took Forrest away, nothing unusual happened. No one noticed and no spaceship came down from the sky to pick him up. Forrest just disappeared, was gone, ceased to exist. Dogs continued sleeping, armpits stinking, flags waving in the air, and schools teaching all that stuff about Pythagorean theorems, logarithms, square roots, and the Industrial Revolution. Andy didn't believe that the strange message, written in Times New Roman bold letters, had really appeared inside a cereal box. Nevertheless, Forrest swore that it was true, and that he had been communicating with them for quite a while now. They've always granted his requests, he said, and they've assured him that this planet would soon die off. He asked them to take him away before it happened, and they answered his request using the golden grams because the evacuation was about to begin.
I don't know, I don't have words to describe it. It is an extraordinary sight, and the power of this storm.
In a little while from now, I'm feeling any less slow. I promised myself to treat myself, visit a nearby town, climbing to the top, throw myself off in an effort to make it but what it's like when you're shattered, less than thinking at a church where people sing, my God, that's too extreme. No point in us may as well go home, 'cause I did on my own, alone again.
นี่ไม่ยอมขึ้นครับไม่ยอมขึ้นวิ่งเร็ว
Forrest told Andy not to worry. If he was a good boy, they would certainly listen to him too. And if he asked them to with all his heart, they would certainly come and fetch him too. Then he asked him to make his favorite dessert with more cream and caramel than ever, and insisted once again that he stay calm. If his heart was humble and pure, he had nothing to worry about. Then he laughed and threw a macadamia nut that hit him in the forehead. When Forrest finished his dessert, he left the forest and went to the desert. To the right place, the right day, at the right time. And suddenly, he was there no more. Vanished. Disappeared without any spaceship coming down from the sky to take him away. A few days later, Andy, who was a good kid, addressed them for the first time and asked them to come for him too. Although asking them made Andy feel silly, they got in touch with him, and a few days after his request, he found a message with his pickup place and time information. It was inside a frog during Mr. Eisen's biology lesson. 18 miles north, 17 feet towards the east, next Saturday at 10 p.m., 11 seconds sharp from the time and place this message is being read. P.S. Don't tell anyone. P.P.S. No spaceship will come down from the sky to pick you up. P.P.P.S. Forrest says that you must please bring the you-know-what. Of course, on Saturday, Andy went there. He took the you-know-what and went to the forest, thinking about Forrest.
Coisas que acontecem há quanto tempo não se sujeitam ao consenso, ficam no fundo enquanto o resíduo perece. Saporias feitas na manga servem ao estado presente, ficam distinto enquanto a maioria embarga. Se a relação do contratempo e o tempo presente assimilarem, não se precisava de viagens cosmóticas. As teorias seriam seguidas, mas a inteligência limita a autonomia humana.
Andy waited till the right time at the right place. While he was waiting, he thought about Ika Masami, imagined that she loved him and that every night she thought about him while waiting for sleep to come. And he wished she would talk to them too. Then he promised himself that if he had the chance to be alone with her, he'd tell her he'd engraved her name on his forearm with a razor blade, that he'd love to go diving with her, and that he wished that someday they could do chapter 17 together from their science textbook that she explained to the class on that rainy Thursday afternoon. At 9:59 p.m. and 42 seconds, a squirrel that had just realized Andy was there tried to imagine the size of the egg the boy had come from. Meanwhile, Andy thought about Forrest again, and that he really should attempt more shots on goal even if his position wasn't center forward. At 10 p.m. and 11 seconds by his watch, he was abducted. Suddenly, without any spaceship coming down from the sky to pick him up. Nobody noticed this time either. Dogs continued sleeping, armpits stinking, flags waving in the air, and schools imparting knowledge and teaching all that stuff about common denominators, internal combustion, and Mark Twain.
Hey, Andy.
Hi, Forrest.
Did you bring it?
Sure.
Don't get nervous, Andy.
Will they hurt us?
Of course not. They're here to help us.
It seems to me that there are more hearts broken in the world that can't be mended. God rest her soul, couldn't understand why the only man she had ever loved had been taken, leaving her to start with a heart so badly broken. Despite encouragement from me, no words were ever spoken. When she passed away, I cried and cried all day, alone again. Naturally,